fuck did you think was gonna happen?
While she's spewing this fucking garbage out of that sewer hole in her face.
Like $150 million fucking dollars to Pakistan?
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Couchside Rant. I am your host, Jim Artle, and thank you for tuning in. Before I get into tonight's topic and tonight's video, I want to address something with you, the audience. Since starting this little excursion of videos, I have noticed an influx in my inbox. I have noticed I'm getting a lot of messages, direct messages. Some of them are awesome. People are emailing me, or they're sending me links, they're giving me topics they want to discuss, they're commenting directly to me on my videos. And of course, that brings me to why I'm bringing this up. I had a lady message me. I don't know this lady. I've never met her. I've never spoke to her before. And she proceeds to mom me by telling me that it's inappropriate to use cannabis, an illegal substance, while filming my videos. Well, since I'm not going to call out your real name, we're just going to assume you're a Biden follower, and I'm going to call you Karen. All right? So listen up, Karen, because this is directly aimed at you. I am a disabled veteran. I served my country for 13 years. That took me to combat zones in Iraq and Afghanistan on multiple fucking occasions. I came home a little more fucked up than when I left. I tried pharmaceuticals. I do not like them. I do not like the way they make me feel. So I sought an alternative method, and under the direction of a certified physician and the state medical marijuana program in Pennsylvania, I am allowed to use cannabis medicinally, which is what I do. These videos have become another part of my medical treatment. You see, the VA and all their great fucking services have a very inconsistent program when it comes to mental health and counseling. So for 6 months, I'll have a good therapist. I'll make a lot of progress. I'll control my anger. Then they leave. They go to another position. They go to another company or something to that nature. And then I'm left months and months and months waiting to be scheduled with another doctor. So I decided to A, seek out cannabis because I couldn't always get my fucking prescriptions refilled because they couldn't always keep me with a doctor that could do it. And B, these videos have now become my therapy. So if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Her second comment was my content is not appropriate for children and I should tone it down a little bit. Well, let me explain something to you, Karen. I will say what I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it. And if you don't like that, don't watch my shit. Secondly, my shit is published for adults. When I publish my videos to YouTube, I click the little fucking box that says this content is not for children. So if your children are watching my videos, then maybe you need to fucking monitor what your kids are doing online. All right, so now, with that being said, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is again going to touch on the subject of the January 6th riot at the Capitol. Okay, but this time I'm not looking at it from a political view. I'm not going to look at what the Democrats say and fucking shred it. What we're going to look at today is we're going to look at a story I saw on an affiliate of ABC News where they're interviewing 3 police officers. And they're going to show some clips from the actual riots or the protests or whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to tear that shit apart, looking at it from somebody who has formal training in law enforcement policies and procedures. So yeah, this ought to be fun. So do me a favor, grab some popcorn, grab some soda, do whatever it is you need to do, sit your ass in that chair, and pay attention. If you agree with me, good. If you don't, hey, let's discuss it. Hit me up in the comments, tell me why you disagree with what I say, and we can start a dialogue. Not an argument, a dialogue. So, in this first clip we're going to watch here, it's very short, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because the jackass news anchor uses a term that, quite frankly, I don't agree with. He wants to sit here and say that the group of individuals that protested and rioted at the Capitol on January 6th were domestic terrorists. Oh yeah, no, he said it. Domestic terrorist. Oh yeah, here, listen.
The first time from some of the courageous police officers who rushed to protect the Capitol from the mob of domestic terrorists last week.
Really, dude? Domestic terrorists. You're going to call the American people terrorists because they protested against the government at a government building. Whereas Black Lives Matter and Antifa, fuck both those organizations, can burn down buildings, can injure people, you know, and just do whatever they want, set anything they want on fire. But they're protesters. But people who protest against the government at the Capitol were terrorists. I want to know who this news anchor is, and I would love the opportunity to punch him in his fucking mouth, because he's an idiot.
Good morning, George. We have all seen those horrific images, but this is the first time we have heard from those officers on the front lines, and their tales are chilling.
Thought, you know, this might be it. I might die.
And he very easily could have died.
That was the one that was crushed in the door.
Officer Daniel Hodges, 32 years old, talking about this moment. His gas mask ripped off, crushed in a doorway by a riotous mob.
I got pinned through the small back and forth we had, fighting for, you know, every inch. There's nothing I can do to defend myself at this point, so I just started screaming top of my lungs for them to give me a way out, give me a line of retreat.
You can see that he's supposedly in between two doors, and the doors open towards him, and he's screaming, and he's got no gas mask on in the first clip. Then you'll see further in the clip, he has his gas mask on, and it looks like someone's trying to pull it off. Here's why I'm saying this is bullshit, okay? Because first of all, if you notice the people in the background, they're just standing there. There's a lady behind the door that's not a police officer, and she's just standing there. Nobody's pushing, no one's shoving, but he's screaming. Then, in a clip further down in that same swatch, you'll see he's got a gas mask on, and someone's got their hand on his gas mask, and he's got his hand over it like this, like he's holding their hand there. But as they're jerking his mask, and he puts his head back, you can see where the gas mask straps come around his head, and his helmet strap comes under it. So he's got his helmet strapped under his chin. And if anyone here has ever worn a gas mask like I have, a lot of my cop friends have, all my military friends have, because we're trained in NBC operations. That's nuclear, biological, and chemical operations. So we have to learn to trust our gas masks. And, you know, anyone who has worn one knows the way you store them is your head harness is put over the front of the mask. You put your mask on, you pull the straps over, and then you tighten them around your head. So the mask is suctioned to your face. Okay? You then put your helmet on, and you strap it on, and you go about your day. Do what you got to do. Now here, you see someone pulling on his mask, and then in the first clip, his mask is off, his helmet is buckled. Okay, if someone's going to rip your mask off, the only way they can do that is to get your helmet off. So my first thought is, if they got his mask off, how the fuck did he get his helmet back on? It's not possible. Because if you're in a situation like that, they're not going to say, okay, we got your mask, now put your helmet back on. No, you're going to leave your fucking helmet lay, and you're going to continue to fight if you have to. Now, in that clip, you will hear Officer Hodges make this statement, and I quote, "I thought this might be it. I might die." Now, anybody who's trained in the escalation of force continuum and the use of deadly force knows that if you are in a situation where you feel like your life is in danger, you can use deadly force. If that were me, and I am truly pinned between two doors, and I got angry people all around me, and I truly feel like I might die, I am pulling my weapon and I am shooting anybody in front of me, trying to do any kind of bodily harm. That's just the way it's going to be. As long as you are following the use of force continuum, deadly force can be used. So if you truly thought your life was in danger, why didn't you start pulling the trigger? Because me, being someone who has law enforcement experience and has worked on the road and has taken people to jail and filed charges, yeah, that's definitely a situation where if it was true and accurate, I'd have been stacking bodies. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If my life is in danger, or I feel like my life is truly 100% in danger, I'm stacking bodies. But, again, I believe this is all staged. I believe that this is just made up propaganda because they wanted to try and use it against Trump and his impeachment, who, by the way, is now back-to-back impeachment champions. Way to go, President Trump. So, yeah, look at it, think about it. Look at the clips over and over again, rewind it, go back, watch. There's a lot of shit there that doesn't add up. All right, guys, so what we saw there was part of a broadcast by an ABC News affiliate station. I don't know which station it is. I really don't care to research it even more. Now, what I'm going to show you for the next 2.5, 3 minutes is going to be an unedited, uncut clip of the incident involving Officer Hodges. And I'm going to point a lot of things out while this is going on. So let's get to it.
Don't try to use that shit on me. I'm not hurting you.
Hey guys, welcome back. So, I hope you watched that last clip and kind of noticed the kind of inconsistencies and weird things that I pointed out with that whole situation. Personally, like I said, I believe this was a pre-planned, premeditated media stunt put on by the Democrats to somehow try and use it to convict Donald Trump at his last impeachment hearing. So to me, that just shows there's nothing the Democrats will not do to stop Donald Trump. Now, if you haven't done so already, do me a favor, hit that like and share button. Also, hit the subscribe and notification bells, become a couch potato, and be notified every time I put out another episode. That's all the time I'm going to take up today. I'm Jim Ardle. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Couchside Rants.